So we ready?
Introduce yourself.
My name is Lily Laster. I am 73 years old. I have 5 kids, 3 boys, 2 girls. I have 7 great kids. I have 6 grandkids. I think that's it.
Well, I guess I introduced myself now. My name is Dorothy Couch. I have 2 children. I have one girl and 1 boy, Ron and little Leroy. And I have 6 grandchildren. I have 5 grandboys and I have 1 granddaughter. Introduce yourself.
Thank you, Dorothy. My name is Nathaniel. My name is Deacon Nathaniel Hunter. I'm a licensed officer. I'm a member of the Tabernacle Missionary Baptist Church, where God Hunter's the overseer. I have 2 boys. I have 2 boys and 1 girl. I have 8 grandkids. I'm a proud single parent of myself. I spend most of my time with my 2 sisters, Larry Lasker and Dr. Couch. Then I spend some time with my brother Robert. But I have a good life because I put God first in everything.
Man, so how was it growing up? Tell me about your brothers and sisters and growing up at Mud Dead.
It was easy, but we had good times though. Now we had a good life, but it was a hard life, but it was a good life. You know, we didn't have to. We had plenty of food. I don't remember ever going hungry. I don't remember ever going without meat. I hear a lot of people say, well, we didn't have meat. I mean, my husband Leroy used to tell me that. Lily, I know you lying, because we used to didn't have no meat. I said, well, Leroy, that was you guys. I said, but I don't never remember not having any meat. Now, do you, Nathan? I don't ever remember that. We always had meat, if it was rabbit, fish, whatever it was. But mostly we had hogs, because my daddy killed hogs all the time. And then we had people to come in and clean the hogs, clean the chitlins and stuff. Go ahead, jump in.
Yep, clean the hogs.
Yeah.
At least
You gonna have to say more than
4 or
that.
5 hogs every Thanksgiving. Around Thanksgiving, my dad always killed hogs. Looked like people in the neighborhood, and Uncle Boulder from seeing them. They would come in and help clean the hogs and help kill the hogs. And the guys, the brothers, all my brothers would go and help. I didn't do a whole bunch. I was kind of small.
So I don't remember you doing nothing.
When you was doing it, I was still in. Until they got older and they started doing it, I started helping more. Put wrapping it and help putting it up. But I didn't do a lot of main thing. I remember Eileen doing a lot of cleaning the hogs.
Yeah, we did a lot of that.
Help with the sausage and different stuff, and she did a lot of.
Our OC always said Eileen was she just kind of took over. She was kind of like,
mom.
she was the second mom. Actually were. Nathan,
But
tell something.
I don't know what you guys be talking.
I'm doing it.
Oh, okay. Sometimes we want a different kind of meat beside the hallway. My dad would go out there and shoot up an arrow with a shotgun and kill a 5-gallon bucket of black bird and bring them home and clean them. We make bird dumpling. And that bird dumpling, all the dumpling you want to eat.
A
lot of times I remember too, sometimes they would go buy a half a calf. A lot of times them and Uncle Bo would go together and they would go buy a half a calf. They buy the whole calf and they would split it in half. Him
Really?
half, Uncle Bo get it. That was
Must have been when
after
we
y'all
got rid.
left. You know, after y'all left, they
We were
had-
gone.
Y'all, you was gone. The older kids was gone, but we was the damn come growing up later on. We was the older
Okay.
kids. We had some cow in, well, we had cow with that pig.
Get out of
They
here.
would, every year, him and Uncle Bo would go together and buy half. They would buy a whole cow, and he would get half, and Uncle Bo would get half. They would buy it together.
Get out of here.
And them was some good days that we had hamburgers. We had.
I don't remember none of that.
You was going off too. You was out there, Mary.
I remember a little bit of
Bob
it,
and Harry and Bob and me and OC was still there. We got just eat some.
but so y'all ate good meat.
We ate some good hamburgers and stuff. A lot of hamburgers. We had pig, 2 pork chops, and steak. We had some beef, a
Steak.
lot of beef too.
I had steaks.
Beef meat. Yeah, we had some hogs. We had some cow. They fought cows after they got over it.
They used to cure the cow.
They would have it cured out. I remember that. And we would split the stuff up and they get it. They get so much and I'm supposed to get something.
Every now and then he would give us a little piece, just a little piece.
We got some. We living in the
I
house.
thought one time I remember Junior buying a cow, since they said that.
Junior too.
Who bought?
He probably did
I
buy
remember
one.
one bought a cow from somebody down St. John.
Right.
They would buy some every year after we got older. And that was some good eating. And we didn't, I don't know, like Lily said, she don't remember being hungry. I used to tell my husband, you know, I don't never remember being hungry because we always had a big old truck patch. We always had plenty of vegetables. We had uncles and aunts who come from Little Rock and different places. And they would come and get greens and sweet potatoes and different stuff. We had it out there in the yard, in the garden. It was right next to the house. And we had an acre, and half of the acre was the house. The other half Dad saved it so he could plant a big truck patch. It wasn't a garden, it was a truck patch. And we had some of everything in there you can name. We had carrots, we had peas, we had okra, we had squash, we had onions, we had tomatoes. I mean, we was blessed. But some back in the days, a lot of people didn't have that. A lot had to go to the city. Folks had to try to buy it. Back in the days, I remember one of our cousins would come down and bring us meat. I think he worked at the meat place and he would bring us along that different crops. He would come down and bring us meat and stuff, Henry Cross. And then they would leave there. When they leave there, they car was so full of vegetables and different stuff, peanuts. We had some of everything. We some folks ended up with popcorn wood. We had popcorn at the garden, peanuts, and all kind of different stuff. And we just had plenty to eat back in the days. And I couldn't believe it when I got married. My husband said, we didn't have a lot of food, you know. We had to try to scrap and go to the store, and they didn't have a lot of money to buy food. I said, my mom and dad, we always had they canned fruits from the orchard. She would can peas and different stuff out the garden, sweet potatoes. I mean, and we'd go to the barn and get meat. We'd go out there and get some of them 4 or 5 hogs he been killed at Thanksgiving, get bacon, pork, you know. We had big old shoulders and ham, stuff hanging out in the barn. But nowadays, I don't believe they can do meat like that now. It don't last long. For some reason, way back then, meat lasted a long time. We had meat all year long. Look like we didn't go home. We go to the barn when we run out of bacon in there. Then we go out there and get a ham or a shoulder. And,
When they salted it down, they don't salt it down anymore. He was gonna be wanting all that salt and stuff. But I remember Grandma Lily used to can sausage. I was telling Nathaniel about that the other day. She used to can sausage in the pork johns. And I mean, she would cook them sausage, put them in that jar, and can them. And we would eat them. She would open and make gravy out of them, you know, and laid on. And we always had some.
Where Grandma get sausage from?
I don't know. I guess the house.
They were rabbit sausage.
They could be. They could be, but they were sausage.
Whatever, we ate them.
So they was rabbit sausage. But she canned them. I know that.
And I like to go to Grandma's house and she would have cakes. We cook many cakes, especially around the holidays, and have canned and stuff on top of the orange slices, the little peanut stuff you can stick down in the can, the orange, yellow, and pink, yellow, orange, and red candy. Put that corn thing to put down on top of the can. I mean, she cooked candy cakes and pies, jelly cakes, and I mean, it was a good time. We could just go visit Grandma back in the days. She always had something sweet for us to eat.
And Grandma Melda didn't really have very much, she didn't do much cooking. Grandma didn't like to cook. Grandma Melda did.
She was a lot like you then. You don't like to cook.
I don't.
You took a lot of
Right, I don't. I do not
I
like to
guess I
cook.
took some out of Grandma Lily, but she loved to cook.
But she did. Grandma Melda did not like to cook. Now I would go over there, she would be cooking her a piece of meat. You know, she might have some meat boiled in her, a piece of bologna boiled in her, a hot dog, you know,
What she bought?
get salt and stuff.
So she knows better back in the days.
And that's how you did it then. But yeah, she didn't cook a lot though. Maria did a lot of her cooking, but
Yeah,
because Maria would come over there and make candy and peanut patties and stuff.
and stuff.
She would come
Mother
over
did a
there.
lot of cooking.
Maria did a lot of cooking, but no, I didn't. I don't like to cook. I still don't like to cook. I'm sorry.
Just inherited that part of Grandma Melanie. We
So
never
who
know.
did most of the cooking? My mom or mother?
Well, Maria did most of the cooking. Arlene did most of the cooking because Maria would cook when she would come home sometimes from the field. But then Maria worked for the white lady all the time. So when she worked for Sissy all the time, then she would come down to the house, put something on, maybe cook it or something. But Arlene did most of the cooking. I cooked. I had to cook when I had to cook.
High potato,
I would fry iced potatoes,
a lot of black pepper,
a lot of black pepper,
and burn up on my
and burn up on one side. I would cook spaghetti.
Yeah.
I would cook spaghetti. I would have it full of hamburger meat. Then I would fry chicken. And that was about what I cooked right there.
That's when she was older, but then after she got married and moved off, all of that went down to Eileen. She did
Arlene did
She
everything.
did the cooking. She did kept the house clean. She
But
cooked
they didn't have to do
oxtails.
nothing. They didn't do
She worked
anything.
oxtails and made us mad. We had to
They just
man.
had to mind.
We had to do whatever she tell us to do. And I washed a lot of dishes. I was always
That's all you did was watch
I
it.
washed a lot of
That was a
dishes.
big job.
Mother had church right there in Ridgewood, and the whole church would come down there. Look like after church, everybody from the church would come down there. The Bryants, the Hunters, everybody. Everybody would eat. Mother be a cook, a lot of food, and then everybody leave. We didn't have paper plates back in the day, so I was a dishwasher. Everybody going home, I was still washing dishes with my
She would be.
I washed dishes. Later on, when I got old enough, I got me a job and got out of there. I went to Minnesburg. I started working at 16 at Minnesburg. I didn't leave there till I graduated out of high school. I went
For
to
real?
Remington. Before I left Remington, I put in the application at Remington, and I was already hired before I graduated out of high school. I went to Remington. I stayed there till I retired. 2007, man, I didn't retire the same day. But I was 19 when I went out there. When I left, I was 51.
Okay.
But yeah, I washed a lot of dishes, and now I buy a lot of paper plates.
Tell us about, how many of y'all were there? And how many boys, how many girls?
8 boys and 3 girls. They had a 2-room living room house.
Yeah,
And you
we had a 3 there. Remember, our Turner place.
There were
Mother
three,
had.
there were 3 over there. One for the boy, one for the girl, one for mother.
Right.
But when we left there, we left Grandma Mary's house. Old house.
Oh, we left her house.
I don't think she had no 3 bedrooms.
She had 1, 2.
In the living room,
Yeah.
kitchen.
Yeah.
Then I think Uncle Robert and Old man moved in with her. It's my mama house. I'm moving in with my mama.
Oh, we must have left then.
did move to Floyd Turner place then. I remember we moved to Floyd Turner place. We stayed there for a long time. Some of them they got married.
I just said to you that Uncle Robert moved in with us. But we stayed in this Mary house. Now, they got 1 bedroom. One of them had a bedroom. I guess everybody else, I don't know where everybody else was at.
Why did we
Well,
sleep
yeah,
in?
we sleep on
Where
somebody's
did we sleep in?
kitchen.
On the floor, I guess.
Kitchen.
She had printed up quilts, tacking them quilts every month, every one. Yeah, we had a fancy house we moved in with Floyd Turner.
Yeah, that was.
over there.
Yeah, her mother had a nice bedroom.
Yeah,
Then we
one
had,
perch and a back perch. Didn't have neither one taken in Mary house.
and he built us a bed.
Matter of fact, I think Lil Grant moved out of Miss Mary house one time. What that boy's name was? Clover Grant. Clover Grant stayed in Miss Mary house. Whoever married to Lula Good's sister.
Oh,
Happy.
that name.
He was married to Happy. He stayed in Miss Mary house, I think.
Herbert Jr.
Pepper Jr., yeah.
But that's his name.
Pepper Jr., yeah, Jr.
Mm-hmm. Sure did. That's how I think.
I already remember that.
I know it. I do.
I told you remembered all this.
That's Henry. Henry is married to
Henry.
Yeah, whoever
He married
married to
Henry
Happy.
married Henry.
Right.
Yes, sir.
You're right. Henry is married to her.
Then finally some Mexican moved down there next to us.
Yeah, I
Two of us at Blue Vine.
I remember when the Mexican moved down there. Because I was out there swimming. It was rain. It had rained, and when it rained, the road would fill up with water about like that. And then we could get out there and wade and swim in the water, right? So I was a girl. So I was out there just swimming in the water. Just swimming. Then those Mexicans came out there and was swimming too.
What about the snake?
I don't know, but Donald did whoop my butt. Cause he said, you ain't got no business out here with these boys.
And
And he just took me in the house and whipped my behind because of that. And I was about 10, 11, I know.
But you didn't have no business being out there.
I guess I did.
That's what we
so one of the good things we used to do, the Fletcher boys had an ice cream truck. I guess they were selling the big cones of ice cream for a nickel,
For
a
real.
5-cent one.
I don't even remember that.
We used to come by 2 or 3 times a week selling us ice cream.
Get out of
They
here.
had a little bell around you, ding, 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 ding.
See, I told you,
Flashing
remember a
light
lot of stuff we did.
off that little ice cream truck. His name was Alex Fletcher.
Okay.
He had a brother that followed him on the motorcycle. His name was Jeff Fletcher.
They don't want to do the income tax.
Alex Fletcher and Jeff Fletcher. Sure did. Enjoyed them guys.
So who was that?
do income tax.
Uh,
They want to do income tax, and my income tax. Who want to do?
you made me forget.
Tell me about Grandpa and his baseball.
Oh yeah, they can tell that.
Who was that?
Grandpa and the baseball.
We play baseball.
Tell them about the baseball, how it
He
started.
was just good at anything he did. He was good. Your grandpa was good at anything he did. And the baseball, only part I remember about the baseball, he broke his hand one time in a game. He played the whole game with a broke hand. So they
Get out of here.
finding them Arkansas, whatever them folk named, calling to play for the black folk.
The Lord, was it the Cartons?
I don't know, I know it was the lead team
Yeah, it was.
called him to come play. They gave him a job. All he had to do was show up. He said Quilla had too many kids for him to walk off from Lakewood. Quilla was the merchant had that money and had him being gone every night.
She would have.
What they call it, baseball league or something?
The Negro Baseball League.
Yeah. Nigga called that black man. And there was a preacher in Little Rock. They called him during the same time. His name was Jeff. Jeff something. Can't think of that name right now. I think about it a while. John Harris married his daughter. Preacher daughter. Reverend Jeffrey. Reverend Jeffrey.
He was
took
going
on
to
Cleo
St.
Miller.
Louis.
He took Cleo Miller under his wing when Cleo went to Little Rock, was a preacher, and some other little preacher. Scipio Brown. Jeff took them 2 guys under his wing. And he was a good, great man. He said, I can't go play no black folk softball, and Lord just called me to preach the word. I got to preach the word.
So he wouldn't even go.
No, he wouldn't go. Him and Ellie missed out. Both of them got about 12, 13 kids.
They had 10 babies.
They got pretty sick. They couldn't get all them babies on the road.
But when they going to St. Louis, then they was in, this team was in St. Louis.
I don't know what the headquarters gonna be, but they gonna be
Yeah, I
traveling
heard
everywhere.
OC say that.
They're gonna be traveling everywhere.
So like,
We had some good days. And all that food my mama was cooking, half of that food, my mama was cooking and feeding everybody in the community. They think to raise that food. I was a little bitty boy, but my daddy got out and work and he didn't have much to do. But I had chopped everything and tilled everything, had a little push ply. Wasn't no motor ply, but just a little plate, a little disc. And I would be the tiller that going up so good and pretty. And get everybody get a watermelon a piece and do the hood in the mud. So the hog ate the hood up there and they didn't know everybody had a watermelon. I then got old enough to cook a little bit. We would put them squash. They had some kind of highland squash. Get big, boy. She would cook them 2 or 3 times a day. Whole skillet full, right on.
3 times a day.
Put a little cinnamon, a little sage, some sugar in there. And she would cook them down to be almost like a sugar egg. That candy had to get sugar on. We ate all day long. We got tired of eating them, eating watermelon, cantaloupe. And there used to be some kind of marshmallow was long and crooked. They quit making them some kind of way. We used to eat that also. Sometimes they cook turnip bottom. Eat them raw with salt and pepper or something.
Who cooked them?
I mean, eat them, just peel them, wash them and cook them and eat them. Wash them and eat them. But I didn't get most of the cooking. Then we had cucumbers we could eat, we get salt. Got a lot of stuff gets eaten out the garden. The carrots. And
So what they
had a little red thing. I don't know what you call that now. They put in salad.
Reddish.
Reddish. We can eat reddish, boy, they would get big, boy.
It's big red reddish.
Then we could still go to the barn, cut off a piece of that old meat. Then killed all 13 years. And that 13, after that 13 year, Quilla said, I ain't killing no more hogs. You know, said, we done killed hogs almost all our life, Quilla. She said, that's the reason why I won't kill no more.
And she didn't kill no more.
We didn't kill no more hogs.
So what y'all do? What do we do?
We just cooked turkey dressing and stuff.
I know they went to Virgin store a lot. We bought groceries there a lot. We bought
We
groceries.
just went there and bought groceries.
We bought a lot.
Are you talking about what we ate for the family?
Yeah, what did we do for the family then after that?
We mother bought, she's spending her husband check on groceries.
She did do that.
And they think we're still raising everything.
She did. She spent the chicken down.
On
That
groceries,
was one
spent
thing she could
everything.
do.
We had new furniture.
We sure did. We had a new couch.
All the time.
A lot of time my dad said, well, we short on hog food this week. But I go out in the truck pack and pick stuff, 5-gallon, 10-gallon buckets. I would have 2 5-gallon buckets full. Feed the hog all day long. I'm sitting at home. So the hog be full and he will. You pour that stuff in that mud, it swell up, they get love in it like that. The hogs.
Yeah. What did O.C. and Robinson do?
I don't know.
But he was saying Eileen did a
No,
lot.
I'm just saying. I know, but I'm just saying. I thought he might remember something they did.
He was saying Eileen did a lot of cooking, but Eileen did a lot of cooking for money work for the white people. So
Yeah, but it
after
was.
she started working in the field, she worked for Miss Floyd Turner, and then after we left they for him, we moved Carl Rice, did work for him and Mother store working. She was working for Miss Carl Rice, Mother was. So Eileen did all the cooking in the house, and then that's when we was growing up after the store get big. She cooked and
I was
cleaned
still
the house.
raising corn and stuff.
She did.
I was
You still
raising
feeding the
mushrooms,
hogs, huh?
yeah. I was still feeding the hog.
Yeah. And then Miss Brett got married and moved away. So
Yeah, but Brenda
they
did
got married and moved away. They had already moved away. Jay Lana had left the first one.
I was the first one there.
Yeah.
You
Jay
still
Lana
have a
just
baby.
left.
Well, I couldn't help that. Baby came with the
I
baby.
said, you stayed at home.
Well, I still married him.
You didn't see no cow coming if you want to get a shot. Oh, he didn't like cow.
He sure did. But he didn't like him no way. Oh, he had a baby.
Yeah, I found my wife.
Why?
They were going with his mom.
Oh, yeah.
That's first
Yeah,
I heard
put that on him.
They were okay on mama and he didn't like cow, okay, I could tell it on.
You know you wasn't supposed to put that on him.
that.